Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. I really am doing this joke again. Hello, everyone. This is Resigning the Jock Gamer here, and welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. Last time we built some stalls and kind of had a bit of an argument with Lily. Don't like it. This time, the next day, I end up having to hunt around a bit at the start of lunch when I found that my usual vending machine near the dormitory buildings is sold out of my usual favorite canned coffee. The detour takes longer than I expected. You know, maybe I should try canned coffee. Sonic's has this really good, like coffee ice cream. What was it called? I can't remember. And I actually like that. But I don't know if that's because it has, you know, chocolate in it or not. But it's really good. Oh god, I want some more now. Things have been so hectic lately that it takes some time for me to register why something smells different as I walk through the school gardens back to the cafeteria. The grass has been freshly mowed. The realization makes me pause and watch for a bit. The odd group of students chatting or playing around on the grass and a couple of teachers conversing on the path ahead of me makes a very idyllic scene. Unfortunate, a feeling of immediate dread starts creeping up on me after a while. The feeling that I'm not alone. Hey, Hisao, is that you? Oh god, he's outside! Oh no! Yes, me. You think should be happy as him and not say a slasher. Kendrick begins talking as if he's having a conversation with someone other than me. Do it! That haircut is unmistakable. No normal person would have a haircut like that. Unconsciously, I start touching the back of my head. Once I realize what I'm doing, I feel insulted. Yet too surprised to even get indignant about it. Yeah, what are you doing here? Measuring the temperature. Winter will come soon, and it will be too cold for women to go out and have their sex in the city-style power lunches. Followed by obstructive human wave formation walks in crowded urban areas. When this happens, man will be able to walk the streets unthreatened once again, and reclaim what is his heritage. In order to prepare for that day, I've been eating nothing but pizzas for the past week to store energy. God, I could go for a pizza now. That's what bears do. So, there's much we can learn from the bear. Genji nods, emphatically agreeing with himself. Okay, so let's check this shit out. I was in the city today buying milk. Then a new clerk, some hipster girl with a baseball cap with 2 hockey sticks on it. I'll call her a hipster hockey baseball hat doll. I noticed the milk didn't have a price tag, so I told her to go over there and label that milk for future generations. Here's in town today? He must have come morning classes. I want to scold him, but his verbal torment prevents me from getting a word in. She told me not to bother her because she was sick. Sick? We live in a society here. You can't just opt out from human interaction because you're sick. Do you know how much effort it takes me to even get up in the morning? I still do, though I got that morning to go down there and buy milk. Not to have my vital questions just brushed aside by some hipster doofus college girl who wears a hockey baseball cap to walk indoors. Anyway, I was just trying to uphold the integrity of her project. A milk carton without a price tag? When I see something like that, it just needs questions. Important questions. It's a job to answer them, damn it. That's the problem with women. They have no sense of duty. I get diarrhea a lot, but you don't see me complaining about it. I soldier on and do what I have to do anyway, because that's what being a man is all about. Even if you have diarrhea, you keep going for the dream of a better tomorrow. You know, frequent diarrhea is bad. Maybe you should stop drinking so much milk. I can't do that. It allows me to maintain my awesome strength. And in this world, a man's strength is the only thing that can be browbeaten out of him by an increasingly pussy-whipped society. That's why I walk around leaving open jars of olives everywhere. Sometimes just to show that I can. Do you refrigerate after opening? What? Man, I don't know. That's not important. You have to refrigerate after opening! Even elementary kids know that! They can't even get the jar open in the first place, so it doesn't matter. That's true. I'm a genius! He self-assertively rubs his chin, which is something I imagined scientists did until I met Muto and was tremendously let down. Anyway, I can't go to that store again, since it's clearly been compromised by bitches. Unless I disguise myself. Maybe change to a different pair of glasses.
Worst disguise ever.
It worked flawlessly all these years. I don't even need these glasses to see. They're for effect. Also to protect my identity. I'm like Superman.
Worst disguise ever.
I'm telling you, when people see my school ID, they can't even recognize me.
Really? Let me see.
Can't do that. I can't go around showing my ID to everyone. It was made long ago, in a different time. I had hippie hair.
Well, I'm trying to imagine that. Kenji, take the glasses off. The fuck? He squints as soon as they're off his face, which makes him look even more tired than he already does. He was right. He does look very different. Kind of like he hasn't slept in years. Not different enough for it to be a good disguise, though. You need some more sleep.
Nah.
You look like you need it.
No way! These are just the eyes of a man who has seen things. A shaman's eyes. Terrible things that you can't imagine. Like when I made a ship in a bottle and my mom sat on it. There was blood and sheds of real war paint print everywhere. That's what life experience is.
He doesn't seem very horrified. And I think this is actually the first thing he told me about himself that could have been legitimately traumatic. Just talking about 30 degrees to my left, so I guess his blindness is real. I have a hand in front of him anyway, to little effect.
Man, I hope you realize I'm just joking.
I laughed pretending that I did. Somehow, looking him in the eyes is more difficult than unusual.
Want some trivia? People with small eyes wear bigger glasses.
I heard that somewhere. It's because it makes your eyes look less beady.
Really? I didn't know that.
With the glasses on, I only feel oddly relieved for a moment, until I remember that I still have to deal with him. Glasses or not.
Well, anyway, that artist girl wanted to paint my portrait once, I think. I had to talk to her like 5 times before she started making scenes. Before she started making sense.
Must have been red, I suppose. That's most certainly red. What did she look like?
I don't know. A woman with sandals.
But if Frizz out, he could have recognized. Oh, whatever. I was hoping he'd say something more specific, like
she had no arms.
Frizz does wear sandals, but I feel like the chance of there being another free-spirited female art student wearing sandals besides her is reasonably high.
I was thinking, sure, someday after I put all documentation that exists, it might be okay to leave a portrait behind, so that people can look at it and remember the savior of mankind. They'll need to model a statue. Then I thought about it some more and had to turn her down. It was tempting, but she wanted it for some school thing. It would be displayed. People would ask who I was. Once I haven't saved society yet, so it would have been pointless. And then if someone recognized me, I'd have to explain myself. That's already a chain of events I don't want to deal with. I don't want to get mixed up in some weird situation. Shit like that always happens. Sticking it out in the surefire way to get put on the list. That's why I must make such a careful effort to blend in with people in my daily life, so that I can make my move.
Sure. What list?
There are many lists. So what are you doing here anyway?
Nothing. I kinda got here by accident.
Happens to me all the time. Well, that works for you. I think I'm going to go back to my dorm room. I need to set my TV to record my shows.
You have TV?
Yes, you should come over sometime. We can watch the game in high definition.
Yeah, I didn't know they had HD back then. Well, to be fair, this is, what, 2007? I guess high definition was rare back then. If I could ask him what he's talking about, he's gone. He left like he came, with zero respect towards other people. Kind of amazing. Now that Kenji is gone, I was looking aimlessly at the school gardens in the summer splendor. It's no use. He ruined them for me. When I go back to the cafeteria, exhausted but alive, I think of eating lunch with Shizune again, but find her sitting at a table with Misha already. If it were anyone else, I would think how they were too far away for me to hear them. This is Shizune and Misha, however. If I wanted to, I could eavesdrop on their conversation easily. What a dirty thing to think about, but it's there. I don't want to, though. They must have a lot of catching up to do, even if it's only been a few days. I'm inclined to just leave them alone, so they can do just that. However, the second they see me, they wave me over. Hi, He-chan! Hearing her voice again, even after such a short time apart, is jarring and I wince. These past few days, I had forgotten the communication with Shizune is almost entirely silent. In concentrating on getting it right, I had to tune out even ambient noises. Well, I'll get used to it again. I'm glad she's back. I'm done making up all my work! Just in time! I don't have to miss the festival! If they really tried to enforce that, I would pull you out of student council business. If they really tried to enforce that, you would pull me out of student council business? That's abuse of power. No, it isn't, He-chan. She-chan says that if there were only 2 student council members overseeing the festival, it would be a problem, wouldn't it? Yeah, definitely. It has to be at least 3. It's for the good of everyone. It's pretty reasonable. It's necessary. Today leans across the table a bit as Misha delivers a slightly disturbing, militaristic justifications in a childish, bubbly up and down tone. Today looks so happy though, turning her fingers and trying to hold back a laugh as Misha points more seriously on her behalf. If you say so. I'm actually happy right now that we can talk so easily to each other, all 3 of us. In the beginning, I thought that I'd just have to find myself in a bad situation. I was sure that Shizune would hate getting saddled with being tour guide for the new guy. I didn't want to be that kind of burden either. It would be awkward even if she won death with you too. Just now, she said that we would all have to be at the festival, the whole student council. I don't think that the student council has any real jurisdiction over Tanabata. It's only Shizune's way of saying that she wants us to spend it together. It's nice to have friends. It's a simple thought, but one that makes me genuinely happy that we could slip into being such with so much ease. Despite the roundabout way in which she said it, I'm glad that Shizune thinks it's strongly enough to express it at all. Why did you wait until we waved you over to come sit with us? Question out of nowhere. Shizune's eyes are expectant as Misha repeats her message. I feel like teasing her. You want me to sit with you that badly? We're in the student council. We should sit together as much as possible. It's logic. I know one would jump at the chance to sit with 2 cute girls anyway. She pauses in case I might say something like, "You're not that cute," and instantly lock myself into an obvious no-win situation. When I don't take the bait, Shizune becomes more energetic and continues. "You're abnormal!" Well, I didn't expect her to end at that. You're too quick to call other people abnormal. So arrogant. You're too quick to call each other arrogant. That makes you arrogant, and arrogance is also abnormal. You're double abnormal. It doesn't work that way. It's a sliding scale. Near her arm, Misha closes her eyes and lets out a low sigh. Sounds like a laughter, a chuckle. Don't laugh. Don't laugh at this kind of situation. Notice that Misha signs everything I say to Shizune anyway, even though I'm signing myself. This is redundant, but it's an unconscious action for Misha. On the other hand, I can't stop. If I let myself take it easy and sign less just because Misha's back, then what was all this for? I don't want to risk losing familiarity with how to sign either. My hands are pretty slow to speak on my behalf as it is. He-chan, you and She-chan talk to each other much more now. Back and forth. It's really funny too. Like an old married couple, right? Right? What a load of comment in so many ways. I don't know because it's Misha. It can't have been on purpose. That's not a compliment. Shizune doesn't react to Misha trying to pair the 2 of us up. Maybe she didn't see it. Sometimes it does happen, I've noticed. I still wonder if it's really that simple, or why I care so much, but I don't want to think about it too hard. I want to leave. I keep thinking that I'm hogging Misha's time with Shizune, and it could be that Misha cut in just now on purpose. Feeling that way too. I doubt that either of them will let me leave though. In some ways, they're too nice. Anyway, Shizune, if you really want to know, I didn't want to sit here because I didn't want to intrude. I thought that because of Misha being away for supplementary lessons or whatever, you 2 would have a lot to talk about, and I should have leave you alone to catch up. That's why I thought I would just hang back. Don't worry, Misha. I'm not trying to monopolize Shizune. He-chan, it's not like that. You're so considerate, He-chan. She-chan is sorry and apologizes. I don't think that it's worth apologizing over, so don't worry about it. Hey, don't you both think that since Misha is back, we should go celebrate somehow? I think so. He-chan, usually having to make up work isn't something to celebrate over. Now it's a good idea. Timing is perfect, and Shizune said that the student council should have a little fun too sometimes. You probably heard that too, right, Misha? Should be fine. Actually, wait a sec. Didn't you have to make up work because you were missing some in class to begin with? Just giving out to celebrate would be kind of stupid. Maybe the timing isn't perfect, like I said. But we could go after school. Where should we go? Misha speaks Shizune's question to her loud before she even stops to think it over, both of them completely ignoring me. Hey, listen to me! 2-man short-sighted student council team. He-chan, you're part of this team too! Yeah, I guess I am. Yeah, you are He-chan! Not forgetful and troublesome. I feel sorry for the girl who falls in love with you. So, where do you think we should go? I'm laughing in spite of myself, wanting to point out how Misha seems so enthusiastically now when she was the one who was most apprehensive about just a few seconds ago. For whatever reason, I can't bring myself to do it, but this is okay too. After a short discussion on where to go, it seems like the only place all three of us know and are willing to travel to is the Shanghai. The tea house doesn't look like a bad place to celebrate, especially because I'm sure they sell cake there, and cake is the most celebratory food. Cake! I haven't seen Yuko in a while either, and neither have the girls. For all these reasons, isn't she in the library? Have we not been to the library at all? I haven't seen Yuko in a... Okay. For all these reasons, plus the fact that it's so close, I end up standing in front of the little tea shop with Shizune and Misha before I know it. Welcome. It's been a while since I heard Yuko's voice, so I'm surprised all over again by the energy she puts into her greetings. Kind of like an extremely nervous Misha. Hi, but you don't have to do that all the time if it's just us. Yes, I do. But... Okay, if you say so, Yuko. Take this moment to glance around the tea house and notice that it's as empty as ever. It's lunchtime, essentially the peak hour for an establishment of this type. And yet, it's as barren as ever. I don't understand. There has to be a reason for this. Shizune gently taps my arm to get my attention. What do you want to get? Yuko looks a little agitated after Misha automatically relays the question. No, I'm supposed to ask that. Is there anything I can get for you? Just some coffee for now, I guess. Thanks. The dedication Yuko has towards her waitressing duties is sort of admirable. So if for the speed at which she risks slices of cake and our drinks to our table when we order. Then again, we're the only customers here. Who knows what it would be like with a full house. Shizune and Misha immediately dig into the cakes with gusto. Probably because they can't talk with utensils in their hand. The whole point of sharing a meal with friends like this is to be able to talk over it after all. It makes sense that... It makes sense that it would be the same with them. I'm nearly halfway through my cake when I hear the forks clinking as they set them down on the empty plates. It's not healthy to inhale your food. Speak for yourself, Hisao. Hee-chan sounds like an old man! I cringe and instantly feel like I'm being punched. Are you going to wear your yukata tomorrow, Hee-chan? No, I don't even have one. Well, and if I did, I'm not the kind of guy who does stuff like that. How about you two? Are you going to get dressed up? Of course. What do you mean of course? You didn't dress up last time. One time is not a trend. It's a completely different situation anyway. Aside from not being Tanabata, the festival was on school grounds. Students should wear their uniform on school grounds. Clearly a joke, but her delivery isn't any different from the usual. That isn't normal, but her sense of humor never was, and I'm used to it. I guess her way of saying outrageous things seriously is a little better than if she were saying serious things outrageously. What's more troubling in any case is that I'm starting to associate a voice with her signing. And especially with how Misha says out loud everything Shizune signs anyway. I feel disoriented. I'll just up this time. You'll see, Hee-chan. Not just She-chan, but me too. Maybe I'll change my hairstyle too. Don't do that. I can't really imagine you looking any differently. Shizune wags a finger and smiles. Such a quick and firm disapproval. What if I were to change my hairstyle? Maybe you should grow your hair out and make it look like Jill's. She looks at amused. Luckily I see Yuko making her way over. I quickly clear our plates or ask if we need anything from her. Yuko, are you doing anything for Tanabata? Huh? Like she was practicing how to most smoothly ask if I need a refill of coffee. We're walking over, but she has no idea what to do having been asked that question first. I feel bad. Yes, I'm walking. Yuko? They make you work on holidays? Aww. Well, we have most business on holidays, and sometimes tourists. I don't mind. I have to do my best. I understand completely. So admirable. Then I nod her head in solidarity, feeling kind of kinship with Yuko through their shared determination. To be the best. Although for her, it's a matter of pride, whereas Yuko might just feel like that she really needs this job and maybe a raise. The most business, huh? So how many people on average during a holiday? Well... Yuko walks away and starts cleaning a cup of swizzle sticks. That isn't polite. This is not what a proper waitress would do. Nevertheless, I sort of got my answer anyway. Clearly, business is scarce at best. Start to wonder again how the Shanghai remains open at all. Maybe the aesthetic style of tea house is a trend that was outrageously successful before I got here, but isn't anymore. And they're just keeping it like this while they retool. Maybe the owner is rich and is involved in some sort of bet with someone else, or a crazy scheme to see who can lose the most money. Maybe I just conveniently miss mobs of customers by seconds each visit. Or maybe this place is just a front for arms dealers. This is... Yuko is an arms dealer, that's the freaking image. Since there's no one else here, why don't you sit down with us? We can talk about economic infestibility, but Yuko doesn't take the bait, shaking her head from side to side empathetically. I never really celebrated I've never really celebrated Tanabata before, or just up for anything like this. I'll finally be able to wear my yukata. Yay, yay! What do you mean never? What about last year? Last year, Shi-chan, me, and the 3-2 class rep ran a stall for the festival. I was a soba stall, I think. Yeah, it was. Yep. The blind class rep of 3-2 must be Lily. I'm surprised that they were able to work together on anything. Misha would likely be the most possible buffer for that kind of thing, with how innocent she is. Shi-chan cooked and Lily took the orders, and I translated for them. Shi-chan kept saying, it's so inefficient. Misha, why don't you have to be the middleman? As in, why is there a middleman in the first place, huh? It would have been fine if I did the cooking and you took orders. It doesn't make sense at all. But I think everyone had fun in the end. Right, Shi-chan? Shizune adjusts her glasses grudgingly, causing Misha to break into laughter. It was the old students' council idea. That's why. So what's the last student council like then? Then I finally decides to step in again. Or it's more like she can't stop herself. Terrible. That was blunt. She ends with a chopping motion, as if passing judgment on them. I hope she was going to elaborate a little. At universities and some private schools, student councils can control over millions of yen to budget and distribute as needed. Wow, really? Millions? Alright. Yeah. I'm losing my voice. Okay, definitely lost the video. For a bit. Oh, really? Millions? Ah, right. And there's so much more involved in school activities too, Hee-chan. From Misha's tone, it seems like this is newer to her than it is to me. This school student council is like a joke in comparison. Don't give people positions of power if they don't have any power at all. What's the point? So, I wanted us to make more and more work. It was hard to convince the school and the other student council members to allow it, actually. A lot of us work you've seen us do, well, a lot of the work you've seen us do, it really is work that I took on, which is what Lily was talking about. If it wasn't for Shi-chan, the student council would just file attendance reports day in and day out. Would you prefer that, Hee-chan? Of course, Hee-chan. As soon as the workload started going up, most of the student council stopped coming. Shizune's fingers fold over each one carefully. It's like she wants to add something, but she can't bring herself to. Like she said, sign language gives you a little more time to think about what you say. I guess she feels like she can't talk about this. That was then, and this is now. Just have fun tomorrow. That is what she finally settles for. Yeah. Okay then, student council is adjourned for today. It has to be adjourned excitingly because today was a good day. School seems to be over by the time we leave the tea house, as I can see students coming down from the school as we walk up the roads towards it. A couple of people wearing a school uniform look at Shizune as she walks by, and I wonder if they recognize her as the student council president, or if their eyes are just being drawn to Misha's head. Is it possible not to overhear the chatter in the air, and the topic is more often not that they're not plans for Tanabata? I wonder how many of them will be using or going to the stalls that I reassembled. Makes me feel a little pride and emotion I've never felt doing something for school. Maybe this is how Shizune feels as well. I always want to ask, but it seems stupid to want to do so. So I just hold on to that thought as the three of us walk onto campus and then separate. Shizune to the student council room, and Misha and me to our dorms. It isn't until they're gone that I realize again I didn't ask when and where they wanted to meet up together. Oh well, they'll find us. And that's all for this time. This is Reselling DJ Gamer. I hope you enjoyed the series so far, and I hope to see all you guys again next time. See you guys then.